Every family has its secrets. Locked away behind our front doors are the hidden pasts, the buried scandals, and the life-changing decisions that have shaped our families and our nation.
The conclusion I've always had was my father is responsible for my mother's death.
I've been told that I was connected to the royal family through my father and through the Prince of Wales.
The mafia, maybe my grandfather had a bigger part to play than I thought.
My brother, he just disappeared. He was gone.
My dad said to us, if you dishonour me, I will take your life.
This is a photo of your dad.
I'm just blown away.
Every family has a secret, uncovers the extraordinary stories behind our everyday lives. This time, 2 Australians investigate the unsolved mysteries that have shadowed them through their lives.
Mum did a DNA test and found out that her grandmother is this lady.
Danielle Chisham teams up with mum Barbara to explore a century-old family legend.
That's my great-grandmother standing there with the future king.
Are they descended from royalty?
Brush with fame. It might have been more than a brush.
More than a brush, yeah.
And after decades of searching, New Zealand-born Heather Horn returns to her birthplace.
The answer might have been there all along.
When I missed that.
In a bid to find her biological mother.
It's been a long time, all my life.
In Darwin, 43-year-old Danielle Chisham is used to dealing with complex family matters.
I'm an Aboriginal community police officer with the NT Police Force. I've been doing that for 13 years now. I currently work in the domestic violence section. I love helping people, especially the Indigenous people.
For inspiration, she need not look further than her own family.
We're a big family, 6 boys and 3 girls. Our mum Barbara raised us, very strong woman who raised 9 children.
But Barbara's history has always been clouded by an unresolved question.
The royal mystery, it's been around for years. I think we just want to know if there is any links with the royal family.
For nearly 100 years, the Chisham family has been the subject of rumours and scuttlebutt. The story is that the Prince of Wales, who later became King Edward VIII, fathered an illegitimate child whilst on a royal tour in Australia. And that child, a boy, was possibly Danielle's grandfather. So, with questions still swirling, Danielle wants to know if she really is in fact a member of the British royal family. The search for the truth has brought Danielle to Sydney, where these rumours first surfaced in the 1920s. Danielle.
Noni, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Well, what an adventure this is going to be for you. Can you fill me in on what the rumours say about how your grandfather could have been related to the Prince of Wales?
What I've been told and read over the years, the Prince of Wales came to Sydney, I think it was early 1920, met a lady by the name of Molly Little, got a bit friendly with her, and the word is that a child was born.
So this Molly Little, what do you know about her?
Molly married a man named Chisham, so she ended up having a son, Tony Chisham, but there's a lot of talk that that was the Prince of Wales' son and my mum's father. But Mum never met her dad, Tony Chisham.
She never met her dad?
No, never met him. So, you know, she always thought Tony Chisham was her father.
And tell me about the Chishams. They were a very wealthy family in the Northern Territory?
Yeah, so what I know, they owned a couple of cattle stations in Central Australia. One of them was where my mum was born, born to May Ryan.
Your Nana May was an
Aboriginal woman? Yeah, so she's from the Eastern Aranda tribe.
And have the Chisham family acknowledged your relationship with them or not?
Not really. I think it's all just hush-hush, kept secret. And, you know, it's not even confirmed that Tony Chisham is her father.
So did your mum ever approach Nana May to get to the bottom of it?
So Mum, unfortunately, was part of the stolen generation.
Yeah.
Taken when she was 2 from her mother.
When did she ever get to meet her family again, her birth family?
Yes, so around 27, 28 years of age. Went back to Alice Springs. They tracked down Nana May and they met for the first time. I mean, looking at that photo, they do look alike.
And did Nana May talk about the Chisholms, about your mum and where she was born and so on?
No, I don't really think it was spoken about. She was a really shy woman and probably too hard over women just to speak about that sort of thing.
Yeah. Has Mum done a DNA test or anything like that to try and help us with the
Yes, she
search?
has, yeah, yep.
So what's motivating you? Is it to find out once and for all about the royal connection?
Just to find answers for my mum, yeah. She wants to know the truth, where she's from, who she belongs to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Danielle's mum Barbara the daughter of wealthy pastoralist Tony Chisham? And was he the son of Edward, the Prince of Wales?
Hi, Cassie, Danielle.
Lovely to meet you. Come
To
on
begin untangling the threads of this mystery, Danielle's consulting DNA specialist, Cassie Gilmartin.
So, as you know, your mum took a DNA test for us. What we're looking for is close descendants that match your mum's DNA.
Okay.
At the moment, we haven't found any DNA hits with the Chisholms,
All right.
but we have found some DNA hits with Little descendants. And once we found those hits, we then looked at their family trees, and that's how we came to find the link with Molly Little. So based on those DNA links, we can say that Molly is your great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother, yeah.
And your mum's grandmother.
Interesting. I think she'd be delighted knowing that she's finally, knows the name of her grandmother.
Yeah. And I do have something else for you to show you. That's Molly Little there.
Oh, wow, yeah. See some of my nieces in her. Yeah, definitely like my niece Andrea. That's really uncanny. Wow. Can't wait to show Mum.
I wanted to show you a family tree. This is your mum, Barbara Chisham. Her mum was May Ryan.
May Ryan or, Macmillan.
Macmillan was her birth name. We can see the link with Molly, your great-grandmother.
Yes.
Which suggests a link to Tony Chisham. The big unknown, though, is this person here.
Yeah.
Tony's father.
Okay.
Molly was married to a man called Roy Chisham, but whether he is the father of Tony, or whether we're looking at the royal line, that's a really big mystery. Yeah.
Hopefully, get an answer soon. Obviously, happy that for Mum's sake, we do know who her grandmother is, so that's been confirmed. But that's just the start. We want to continue and explore more about Molly Little, and hopefully we do find out whether Tony Chisham is my mum's father, and obviously who her grandfather is. If it is Roy Chisham, or if there is any royal links with our family.
So how did the rumours about Molly Little and Prince Edward begin? And could there be any truth to them? At the State Library of New South Wales, Danielle's meeting historian and curator Margot Riley.
So we're here today to explore a bit more information about your great-grandmother, Molly Little, and her connection to the Prince of Wales, Edward VIII. But to do that, we then need to introduce you to a woman who is potentially your great-aunt, and that is Sheila Chisham.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So this here is Sheila Chisham, and she has her two sons here. And there's also in the same volume a lovely photograph of Molly Little. Sheila, as she was called, and Molly were childhood friends. But Sheila left Sydney at the age of 18, and it's actually in Cairo where Sheila meets her future husband, who is Lord Loughborough. And it was through his family that Sheila moved into royal circles. It's also around about this time that the Prince of Wales, Edward VIII, meets another young married woman by the name of Frida Dudley Ward, and they're all in the same social set. So Frida is having started an affair with Edward VIII. Sheila also is introduced to Edward's brother, Albert, who's known as Bertie.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And I just wanted to show you this photograph because it shows you the two couples together. And you can see that there's quite a close relationship here between Bertie and Sheila, because he has his arm around her, so that shows real intimacy.
Yep.
And here's Edward VIII with Frida Dudley Ward.
Okay.
Edward and Albert were both destined to be king. In 1936, Edward's reign would last just 10 months before he abdicated and handed Albert the crown. But 16 years earlier, in 1920, King George V was trying to avoid a royal scandal, with both his sons in affairs with married women. He instructed Bertie to end things with Sheila, and he sent Edward on a 7-month tour of the colonies to keep him from seeing Frida Dudley Ward. On Edward's arrival in Sydney, tens of thousands turned out to greet him.
Edward was considered to be the most eligible bachelor in the world, so of course every girl in Sydney was desperate to see him. But when the Prince was in England, he'd said to Sheila, "Is there anybody out here in Australia that I should get to know?" And she said, "Well, you have to meet my best friend, Molly."
Okay.
Of course, there was a whole raft of official functions. So this is from The Sun.
Yep. Last night's ball, the Prince's partners. Within the heart of every girl present, they're flooded with hope that perhaps he might ask me. Eventually, Miss Bell and Miss Molly Little had the honour of dancing with the Prince, who proved himself a keen dancer, never missing one dance. And that, out of all that footage, all the people, she gets
one of the dancers. She's one of the ones who gets to dance with him.
Yeah.
And here's a different report.
So Molly Little was next approved by the royal eye, and Molly's delight is still vibrating where the princely ungloved palm sought a resting place in the top layer of her frock.
The sensations that must have gone through the young lady as the
that's right.
princely palms touching.
Ungloved too.
Ungloved, yes. Some of the officials realised that Edward was attracted to Molly and that they got on so well.
Okay.
So they stopped inviting her to a few things.
Oh, okay.
So he had to pull rank and say, no, come on, put her back on the list. And he did go and visit her at her home. His car was often noticed parked outside. So I just wanted now to show you some extraordinary letters that were written by the Prince of Wales to his lover, Frida Dudley Ward, during his tour. So if we could put some gloves on.
Yep. So that's his writing?
Yes, this is his writing. So the first one we're going to show today is written when he's at Government House in Sydney.
So 18th of June, 1 a.m. I've spent most of the evening with Molly Little, and I think she's so sweet. Not pretty, but quite attractive, and such a soft, sympathetic little voice.
He's writing to one lover.
About someone else.
A new girl that he's met.
Yeah.
You sort of wonder how that made Frida feel to read this. So then we have another letter.
We've been to a rather good private party. I had 3 dances with Molly Little tonight, and I like her, underlined, like, more than ever. And she really is very sweet, my beloved, and we get on well dancing.
This one's actually written on the Renowned, which is obviously the ship.
Yep.
This is actually the last day, just before they're leaving Sydney Harbour.
Okay. We took quite a party out with us. As far as the heads, there was Molly Little and 8 or 9 other girls. We danced for 1 hour after lunch, and then everyone took his bit into his cabin except for me, Angel, who only took Molly for a final talk, as she isn't my bit at all.
It's a bit of an unfortunate use, the word bit, but I think it just indicates a bit of fluff, perhaps, you know, that expression.
Yeah.
So this photograph actually shows you that's Louis Mountbatten and one of the other bits. And then we have the Prince of Wales and this is Molly. Then as he says in his letter, they were dancing and then these two presumably had gone off to a cabin.
Yep.
But Edward and Molly just talked. But we don't know, do we?
Yeah.
I think they spent a lot of time together and there was obviously a mutual attraction and who knows whether it went any further.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting, that's my great-grandmother standing there with, you know, a future king. Yeah.
Brush with fame.
Yeah, that's it.
It might have been more than a brush.
More than a brush, yeah. So I think something must have happened. You can't tell me that nothing did, you know, if he's right into Frida, saying Molly's attractive, his car at her place. I think something must have happened. And whatever's come out of that, yeah, who knows.
In the historic Perth township of Guildford, grandmother Heather Horn is enjoying a quiet retirement. But there won't be total peace till she's settled some unfinished personal business.
People say that sometimes people are like their dogs. Well, I have little terriers. When I grip onto something, I don't let go. Seeking my birth mother has taken me nearly 40 years so far, and that's so far. So I guess I'm looking for the truth of who I am.
At Heather Horn's birth, her biological mother identified herself as Beverly Joy Smith to the hospital staff. And for decades, Heather's been accessing government adoption files, trying to find the right Beverly Joy Smith, but without any luck. So, was her mother lying? With her options running out, Heather now faces the prospect of never knowing the identity of her birth mum. Hello.
Hello, Nani.
Heather. Great to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too.
Thanks so much for having me.
Come along in.
Thank you. So, I guess we start at the beginning. What can you tell me about where you were born?
I was born in Wellington, New Zealand on the 15th of August 1959. I was born Jacqueline Ann Smith. My name was later changed to Heather Margaret Horn. I was adopted from the hospital. My parents never ever discussed any detail of my adoption.
Is this your mum?
That's myself and my mother.
Adoptive mother?
Adoptive mother.
What was your adoptive family like?
My dad was a beautiful, gentle person. My mother, unfortunately, suffered with a neurological disease, frequently admitted to psychiatric hospitals.
And how would her episodes manifest?
Through temper, hearing voices. I remembered my mother grabbing a pair of sewing shears and diving across the table, everything flying everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Cutting off half my head, plus my ear, and blood everywhere.
Oh, that's shocking.
It was a tricky childhood. I do love my mother. I understand that, her illness wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you whether that was a factor in you wanting to find more out about your own birth parents?
Yeah, I think it's important to know that sort of medical history.
Absolutely.
So in the mid-80s, the adoption laws changed and the records were opened up. And I received my original birth certificate, which was this one here. No details recorded of my father.
Wow.
And my mother was Beverly Joy Smith, who was 20 and born in Thames. And I thought, wonderful. I then applied for Beverly Joy Smith's birth certificate. And much to my surprise, I got a letter back from New Zealand Social Services. The research officer found no births to a Beverly Joy Smith in 1959. How on earth does a pregnant woman turn up, give birth to a child, have it adopted without establishing her identity?
I don't know.
They did check and they found 3 different Beverly Joy Smiths. We recommend that you try to obtain more certainty before you approach these possibilities.
That must have been more confusing than...
Totally confusing.
So how did you begin, crossing some of these people off the list? Because you're given so many options.
Okay. I went with the Beverly Joy Smith, who was 19 and born in Palmerston North, whereas my birth certificate said she was 20, so she was closest in age to
what you knew,
to what I'd been supplied with. And the more I checked into her, the more likely it was.
So did you try to contact her?
After quite some difficulty, I managed to track her and I wrote to her, asking her if she was my biological mother. She rang me sometime later and told me she was definitely not my biological mother. I guess about 5 years after that, I felt that if I contacted her children, they would supply me with some DNA and put an end to it.
How did they react to that?
They reacted quite negatively to that. She has since passed away.
But you still feel that she's the most likely candidate?
I strongly feel that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'd like to think I am, because I can't really understand why she would say that, why she would lie. I'd really like to know who she was. Yeah.
In her search for answers, Heather has taken 2 DNA tests. Genetic genealogist Kate Pearce has the results. And news of a surprise development with the family of the woman Heather believes was her mother.
Actually, as it happens, one of Beverly's children has given permission to do a DNA test. Would you like to see those?
I'd love to.
This is a test that gives a kinship report. So this report will tell you how closely related you are to the person who did the test.
The DNA results suggest that the relationship between Beverly Joy Smith's child and Heather Horn is unlikely. Wow.
So unfortunately, that would indicate then that the Beverly that you believed was your mum doesn't appear to be. That must be pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it is. I really thought I was quite close. I suppose it sort of shocked me that I've gone down the complete wrong road for so long. And I've got to confess, I even had some very dark thoughts about that.
Because you thought she was lying?
Yeah. Yep. So, sort of owe that person an apology. I'm so glad I know the truth now, though.
Yeah. It's one answer.
Yeah.
But it's not the only answer, because the second lot of results that you've received compare your DNA not with one person, but with all the people who've done a DNA test in that database. So this list here shows you the top ones that came up as being fairly closely related to you. Well, the name Hartnell comes up several times.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we believe that we've identified who your maternal grandparents are.
Wow.
And that would be Linley Doris Hartnell. And she married a Tom Molyneux. When Tom passed away, there was an obituary put in the newspaper.
Molyneux, Tom, loved father of Linley, Alison, Beverly, Mrs. Smith. So we're thinking this Beverly Smith.
Well, Beverly Smith is...
Might be my Beverly Smith.
Did the name Molyneux come up anywhere in any of your own research?
Absolutely not.
What were the options that they gave you originally?
Yeah. Let me just have a look. They gave me Beverly Joy Smith. Oh, here, they did too. Molyneux. She also checked birth entries around 1939 and found no trace of Beverly Joy Smith born in Thames. The only possibility was Beverly Joy Molyneux, born 1938 at Thames. So we're saying that Beverly Joy Molyneux is Beverly Joy Smith. Where does the Smith come in here?
So Beverly has married a Smith.
I guess when I saw the Molyneux, I didn't connect it.
No, because that's not the name that's on your birth certificate.
Wow. Wonder how I missed that.
They have a lot to answer for, this government department, but you're on the right path now. The DNA doesn't lie. This Beverly is your mum.
Oh, I'm amazed. Totally amazed.
Beverly is living.
Is she really?
She's living in New Zealand.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Would you like to contact Beverly?
I think I'd love to. Only if she'd like me to.
She wants to contact you.
I think they're lovely. Yeah. I'm sure there's quite a story there.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
After years of futile searching, Heather finally has hope for a happy conclusion at the end of the line.
Hello, is that Beverly?
After 61 years of searching, a DNA test has led Heather Horn to finding her biological mother. Now, Heather's about to hear her mum's voice for the first time.
Hello, is that Beverly? Yes, me. Hello, Beverly. This is Heather. How are you?
Oh, thank you.
This must be quite a surprise for you as much as it is for me.
Yeah, no.
I can put a voice to a name now. You start building a picture and they become alive. Oh, well, I'm so pleased that you've agreed to speak with me. It's great, yeah. Really, really lovely. I know who Heather Horn is. I've been Heather Horn for 61 years, but I didn't know who Jacqueline Ann Smith is, and I feel like now I'm on that journey. And thank you very much for being so warm and open. And I'm going to look forward to meeting you sometime soon, I hope. All right. Toodaloo. Bye-bye, Dale.
Heather's husband, Kevin, has been at her side throughout her quest.
Thank you, darling.
How did it all go?
I think it went really well. She seems like a very down-to-earth person. She lives by herself, independently, at 83.
Well, it sounds like good genes, doesn't it?
It does, it does. I was very grateful to hear that.
Did she say anything about your father? Any
No,
contact points?
I didn't
there,
want to actually push that. We'll probably find all that out at a future date, hopefully, yeah. She said that she tried back in '89 to locate me, and she approached the department and she never heard back from them.
And now you've actually made contact?
Yeah, which is fantastic.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, honey.
It's brought me so much joy to see the pleasure that it's brought her. I think she's really looking forward to meeting her mother.
I don't think that I expect to be accepted as part of the family. I think I've got an expectation that they'd accept me for who I am. We're going to New Zealand. I haven't actually been able to process that quite yet, actually meeting Beverly. I'm sure in the coming days before then, I'll go through a raft of feelings, although I'm sure it's going to be quite an emotional experience. It's been a long time, yeah, all my life.
In Sydney, Danielle Chisham has learnt that her great-grandmother, Molly Little, developed a close relationship with Edward, the Prince of Wales, during his royal tour of Australia in 1920. At St Stephen's Uniting Church, Danielle is meeting journalist and royal correspondent Juliet Reedon to find out if it's possible that Molly had the Prince's child.
Have you thought about what the implications might be should you be related to the royal family? I imagine the media intrusion would be intense. Are you prepared for that?
Not really. Pretty shy person, actually. If you get to know me, I'd come out of my shell. But all the media attention, that sort of thing, is not my thing.
Well, I do have some news about what happened to Molly after she met the Prince. So this is in 1922.
Miss Molly Little, who topped the list of the girls the Prince danced with in New South Wales, is to wed Mr. Roy Chisham, a brother of Lady Loughborough and a son of Mr. and Mrs. Harry Chisham of Double Bay. Speculation was rife as to whether the blessed damsel would go to England and marry into the aristocracy like her bosom pal, Sheila Chisham, Lady Loughborough. The mere Australian has won the day.
Here we see the actual happy couple.
Wedding, yeah. Very beautiful.
And we're here in this place because this is where they were married.
Oh, okay.
That was in 1922. The next thing that happens, you can read in this.
The Leader, Friday, October 19th, 1923. Mr. and Mrs. Roy Chisham are receiving congratulations on the arrival of a son and heir. The event is all important, and the Prince of Wales cabled his intention of being godfather to the infant.
So there are a couple of things that are important about this. First of all, the date, 1923. The Prince of Wales was here.
1920.
Yes.
Yeah.
Secondly, obviously, they've retained a very close relationship because he now wants to be godfather to her son.
To her son, yeah.
Yes.
Why would the Prince of Wales, all the way, other side of the world, be godfather of this baby?
Well, it is very unusual. So what happened after that was that there was quite a lot of rumours in the newspapers over the decades that there was more to this. But I want to show you this document.
And I'll never really know who was my true father. For more than 60 years, Anthony Chisham had lived with talk and innuendo that he was the result of a relationship between the Prince and Molly Little, Anthony's mother. He was the image of the former king. He looked nothing like Roy Chisholm, the man his mother married.
So yes, a lot was made of how much he looked like the Prince of Wales, but we haven't really got over this fact that the dates don't quite match up.
Yeah.
So I have another document here, but this is back in 1920, and this is when this rumour mill really started.
All right, so rumour says Miss Molly Little was already making plans for a trip to England where she will be the guest of her girlhood's friend, Lady Loughborough, nee Miss Sheila Chisholm.
So this is extraordinary, I think. Molly's planning to go to England, staying with her friend, who is a friend of the Prince.
Yeah.
Perhaps they got together. Perhaps that was when a relationship developed, or sometime after that. I wonder what happened.
Yeah, so do I. That's the mystery. The dates sort of don't correspond. But interestingly enough, Molly Little could have possibly gone over to England in those couple of years, and whether she did or not, there's still that, that doubt whether she did meet up with Prince Edward. If we don't have royal links, that's okay, because Mum just wants to put everything to rest.
But these questions surrounding the royal link are further complicated by the unresolved issues around the identity of Danielle's mum's father. Barbara has never been accepted by Tony's branch of the Chisholm family.
What I really want to find out is if there is a link between my mum and Tony Chisholm. Is she really a Chisholm? Is Tony Chisholm my mum Barbara's father?
Danielle has headed home to Darwin. She wants to share with the Chisholm clan what she's discovered so far.
It is so beautiful.
As usual, her mum, Barbara, is at the heart of the family gathering.
My family are very important to me. I grew up without my family. They took us away when we were quite young. I've kept my family very close together. We're a very close-knit family. So I have 9 children and I have 38 grandchildren. And I've got 21 now, great-grandchildren. I love them all.
Okay, family. I went to Sydney, just tracking Mum's history, family history. We all know there's possible royal links with her father, Tony Chisholm. Whether that's her dad, we're still finding that out. Because Mum did a DNA test. Found out that her grandmother is this lady, Molly Little. And if you have a look at it, you'll know straight away who looks like it. You reckon it looks the same?
Looks like Auntie girl, doesn't she?
Yeah.
What do you think of your great-great-grandmother? Is she beautiful or? She is, isn't she? She's like you, beautiful.
Because we don't know a lot of our background.
That's what I said.
That's probably the first connection you've got.
Right, yeah.
To know this, it's unreal.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing, eh?
But for the Chisholms to fully know who they are, they need to get to the truth regarding Barbara's European ancestry.
I was born in Bond Springs in the Northern Territory, 4th of December 1944. This is an extract of my birth certificate, and further down is my mother's name, and her name was May. It says I was a bush birth, probably means under a tree or something. There's nothing about my father, but I've been told he was Tony Chisholm, and he was the son of the Roy Chisholm, the owners of Bond Springs Station. I did have contact with the Chisholm family. I rang there a couple of times and spoke to the son of Tony when Tony passed away. And when I told him who I was, he was, oh no, that can't be true, He didn't have another daughter.
And as for that other question...
Well, I'm not really fussed about being royal, you know what I mean? I don't dwell on it, I don't dwell about, oh, geez, I'm from a royal family, I'm going to claim this and claim that. I couldn't care less about that, But I would like my children to know if we are or if we're not.
In their quest for answers, Danielle will take Barbara back to her birthplace of Alice Springs, retracing her steps to see if they connect with the prince or the pastoralist. On the North Island of New Zealand, Perth woman Heather Horn is preparing to meet her biological mother for the first time in 61 years.
This is a big thing. I feel a tiny bit anxious. I think it's just a natural thing, whether I will like her, she will like me as a person.
Ever since she got the results of the DNA testing, you could see her turning it over in her mind. She was very quiet and reserved for a number of days after finding out who her mother was.
I have been quite conscious not to have too many expectations. Lots of curiosity about how I came to be. A little bit about my father would be nice. I've put together a few photos and I thought I'd take a nice bunch of flowers. Early Mother's Day present. I guess she might be feeling a little bit nervous too. So I'm sure it'll be a bit of closure for her as well. We're going to Beverly's house to meet. Beverly is a fairly private person and she's requested that I just meet her by myself. Ah, top house up there. Yes, there she is. All right, I'll see you.
Do you want a hand to get the stuff out?
No.
All right, see you, sweetheart.
Bev came out of the house and as Heather walked towards her, you could see that they were just so happy that this joining together had occurred. I didn't think I'd be so emotional, but I was so happy for Heather. Bev had this big beaming smile on her face. She put her arm around Heather and off they walked inside. Hi. How did it all go?
Oh,
Hey?
it was great. It was really
that's
good.
excellent.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Big day for you, Heather. How did she react?
I think she was
today?
good. She was very happy to meet me, yeah. When I arrived, we gave each other a hug and I think we sized each other up, as you might. I showed Beverly some baby photos where I had a great deal of hair. She said I was born with that. We did discuss the circumstances of my birth and her motivation for adopting me out. So the story behind that, Beverly wasn't ready to settle down and be a mum at that point.
Did you discuss anything about Terence?
Some years later, she married Terry, my biological father. Terry and her separated, and Terry then became quite ill with lung cancer. I think he was 52 when he passed away. She's a very down-to-earth person. I think she'd call a spade, but friendly and warm. She said she was very surprised when she found out that I had been looking for her. She did say it's easier for you because you are the adopted one. I'm the person who adopted you out. Therefore, I think that's part of her motivation for not wishing to be public about it.
It'll take you some time to digest all what you've
I
been
think
told,
so.
and what you've seen today, I suppose, won't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole experience has been quite empowering and liberating, and I just feel so much lighter for it, yeah. I guess my world has expanded a little. It now includes a biological mother. And I know the identity of my father. I never expected to be able to discover who he was. That's been awesome. I understand that he won the hat that he's wearing in this photo in a poker game. He enjoyed a drink or two, and he was a bit of a character in that respect. It's hard for a biological mother who's adopted their child out. I think even in Beverly's case, there might be some regret, some guilt, but there shouldn't be. I hope by meeting me that she doesn't continue to hold that belief. been really wonderful to get the closure that I have now. I feel more a whole person. Heather Horn and Jacqueline Ann Smith can coexist together. They might have two names, but they're the same person.
Danielle Chisham and her mum Barbara are on the famous Ghan Railway, travelling from Darwin to Alice Springs, where Barbara was born, possibly the granddaughter of a prince.
I don't really have memories of Alice Springs. I left when I was 2 years of age, when I was taken away.
Returning to Alice Springs back with Mum, I'm happy for her and sad at the same time, but you can't change the past. Whatever happened.
A century earlier, Prince Edward undertook a similar train journey across outback Australia. One of his letters home to his mistress, Freda Dudley Ward, was written on that train.
Still in the train, sweetie. The mere thought of tackling another capital, Adelaide, tomorrow overwhelms me completely. I forgot to tell you that they showed us some of the native Aborigines at a wayside station in the Great Plain yesterday afternoon, though they were the most revolting form of living creatures I've ever seen. They are the lowest known form of human beings. Can't read the rest. They're the whole thing, they're the whole interest of this native stunt. And you know how I just loathe any forms of native stunt, sweetie. Was spoiled by the fact that they had all been transformed, vermin and disease and all, over 100 miles for the purpose. I think I was a bit naive as to think that, the Prince of Wales, reading letters and how lovely it was about, my great-grandmother. But see, that's the thing, it's two different sides of families. You've got the Aboriginal side and you've got the white side, so.
You feel okay now?
Yeah, I think just that initial shock, but that's okay.
Yeah. Racism came into my life plenty of times, We were always like a second-rate person. And growing up like that, we accepted it because that's all we knew,
Just 24 years after Molly Little was a high society flapper, lighting up the dance floor with the future king, her granddaughter Barbara was born under a tree outside Alice Springs. And at 2 years of age, she was taken from her home, part of the stolen generation, one of the most shameful chapters in Australia's history. Between 1910 and 1970, up to 30% of Aboriginal children were removed from their families by the Australian government, the assumption being that their lives would improve if they were forced to reject their Indigenous heritage and adapt to white culture. Many were placed in institutions where abuse and neglect were common. 110 kilometres east of Alice is the now abandoned town of Altunga. This was once the home of the Little Flower Mission, where Barbara's maternal family was living when she was a small child.
I'll show you where they took me away from. I think our dormitory was over here somewhere. So I remember those trees there. They've chopped them down. I remember those very well.
The Little Flower Mission, 1942 to 53. In memory of the Eastern Aranda people of this area and of the Central Aranda people who were removed from Alice Springs during World War II and located here. That was you. Dormitory.
Yeah, girls' dormitory. Okay. I remember our mothers used to all sit around and probably tell stories and talk and watch the kids while they were playing. At night we'd come back, they'd put us in the dormitories. And the day before we were taken, there was a priest named Father Cox. He came and he said to my mother, you better take your daughter desert because they're taking all the half-caste children. And they came a day early And they said they was going to take all the kids shopping and that. When we got dressed and that, they put us on the truck and they were starting to drive away. Somebody yelled out, "Oh, they're taking our babies." I can remember sitting on the back of the truck and our mother's running up. My mum, she was screaming, you know, and crying as well, so.
Oh, they just stole her baby.
Yeah, I know. That's when I lost my mum. That's the day I lost my mum, you know. And I haven't seen her again for another 29 years. And when I did find her, it wasn't the same as like you know, how you grow up with me. It wasn't the same at all. Because we've got that bonding, you and I and the rest of the family, but when I met my mum again, I just met her for the first time and I didn't have that.
Wasn't the same, eh?
No. But I knew this, my mum, she knew who I was, but she didn't, it's just that bonding wasn't there, and it was sad because they took us away and, you know, our culture, our languages. We just never came back.
For the rest of her childhood, mission life on Melville Island was the only life Barbara would know.
I look at it as these white men have, you know, got these Aboriginal girls pregnant, and the Aboriginal people are the ones who are suffering, getting their child ripped out of their hands and never to see them again. It wasn't their fault. Retracing Mum's steps, I really had a sense that there was a lot of hurt and pain. It's passed down through generations and we all feel it too.
And this is your Nana's grave here, look, Nana. Nana May.
Just west of Altunga is Yamba Station. Barbara's mum, May, is buried here.
Okay. Mum. I'm sure my mother would have made sure that I was okay, but who knows what my life would have been like if I would have stayed. It would have been a different life altogether. But being a strong woman, I would have found me way sooner or later, don't worry.
But Barbara can never truly put the past to rest until she knows the true identity of her father and finds out once and for all if royal blood runs through her veins. Barbara and Danielle Chisham have come to the outskirts of Bond Springs Station, near Alice Springs, and the place where Barbara was born. Genealogist Cassie Gilmartin has returned with new information about the identity of Barbara's father and grandfather.
It's a bit like a detective story, I guess. We're trying to.
Detective story.
Do you? Well, we're in one right now. And what I found is a document here that I wanted to share with you. This is an employment record from Bond Springs Station.
Okay.
So dated 30th of the 6th, 1944. Holder of licence, D.A. Chisham, location Bond Springs. So the employees were Old Ginny, May and Emilio. So there's May, female, nature of employment.
Kitchen gens.
I guess that's, what they called them back then.
Yeah, so that document places May and Tony
at the same place,
at the same time in 1944, the year that you were born, Barbara.
Yeah.
And the details of Barbara's birth were put on record by the Catholic mission she was sent to.
Birth date 4th of the 12th, 1944. Surname Chisham, so you were given Chisham's surname. Christian name, Barbara. Father's name, Tony Chisham.
Yeah.
It's a document that means so much.
Yes.
It's good, it's finally been confirmed.
There it is, yeah.
In print.
In print, yeah. They've said, no, Tony didn't have a daughter, but Tony did have a daughter.
Of course, the big question that we're here to answer is who was Tony?
That's it.
Was he a Chisham?
Big mystery.
Or was he a Windsor?
So will we ever find out?
I'm here to share it with you. So Because Molly was a socialite, she was talked about a lot in the newspapers, and we know that at the time that Tony would have been conceived, she was in New South Wales, and we couldn't find any link to Prince Edward returning to Australia at that time. We couldn't see that either of them were in the same place
at the
same time.
But the final say lies in Barbara's DNA.
This shows you your ethnicity.
Oh, goodness.
47%, so yep, you're definitely Aboriginal.
Yeah, definitely colourful.
Green is Scotland, so you're 18% Scottish. England and northwestern Europe, 17%.
I'm pretty mixed, aren't I? I'm not just white and black. Oh, shivers. So what does that prove, you know?
If you were a Windsor, we would expect to see more Germanic Europe in your DNA, quite a significant amount. So that means to us that there's not a royal line there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you don't have blue blood?
While you're not a Windsor, those DNA hits tie you really strongly to the Chisham family again. So we were able to see a lot of similarities with Chisham descendants, so we could say definitively that you are a Chisham.
Yeah. Being a Chisham, always be a Chisham, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Oh, thank you for that. Everybody will have to stop calling me Princess and Your Royal Highness and everything else.
Why stop that?
Yeah. We've proven that I'm the daughter of Tony Chisham. Roy Chisham is my grandfather, and I am a little disappointed, you know, that I've been thinking all these years that I've been told that I was connected to the royal family through my father and through the Prince of Wales. But disappointments soon go, you know, you don't hang on to something like that.
What a journey it's been. I'm not disappointed not being related to the royals. We've got our answer. Life hasn't changed, it won't change. We just keep going, keep being the big, happy Chisham family that we are. Mum's still our queen. That title will never change. Doesn't matter if it's not royalty from England. She's our little Alice Springs queen from the desert.